So in this video, we're going to go ahead and cover how to launch a marketing agency in 2 to 3 weeks and land your first 5 clients and hit 10K a month mark within 60 days or less. Sounds like a crazy headline, sounds like it's not achievable, but it actually is very achievable. I've been able to achieve this along with other students who I'm currently working with who are complete newbies, like probably most of you guys watching this video. So it's very achievable if you follow the right protocol. And I'm going to go ahead and give you guys exactly what this protocol is. I'll give you guys actionable items that you can go ahead and execute on today. So I implore you to watch this video in its entirety. Now let's get into it. There are 3 things that you need to make this work. Okay, you have your offer, you have your service delivery, and then you have your client acquisition systems. And we're going to go ahead and dive deep into each one. But before I do so, I kind of want to give you guys some case studies just to show you that this stuff does work. The first is this new agency that I started, Agency Protocols. I actually recorded a video on January 1st. I'll link it down below if you guys want to go ahead and watch it. Basically breaking down like our goals, our objective, and how we plan on helping other agency owners like yourself. So with that, we launched on December 15th of 2023. And as of today, February 1st, we've closed a total of 9 clients. We've contracted $68,000 and we've collected about 10K cash collected. As you can see here, we have the 9 clients. We have collected only $10,000, but we've contracted $68,000. So $68,000 in about 45 days. Now, I wish this cash collected was a little bit more, but because it's a brand new agency, I wanted to just get the ball rolling, right? Get some clients in, get them some great results, but also be able to help those people that don't have the full amount to pay up front. So then you have Delegating right here, who's a 42-year-old. He started his agency on December 20th and landed his first client on December 25th. So as you guys can see here, this was actually pretty exciting because, he's coming from the world of IT, started his agency, and 5 days later was able to close his first client. Here's Ahmed. Ahmed booked 3 meetings after 18 days of joining. And what's crazy about Ahmed is that he's been running his agency for 6 months, and I think he wasn't even able to book 1 qualified call. And now, only 18 days of working with us, he's already booked 3 meetings. I actually think this is outdated. This was January 9th. He's actually booked more meetings since then. Or Rebel right here, who joined during the launch day on December 15th, and then January 12th, he had 10 meetings booked just 1 week after running a lead gen funnel ad. Okay, and Delegating, again, 4 more meetings booked via LinkedIn outreach. That's pretty awesome. Rebel, so 36 days after joining, Rebel landed 3 clients at 5K. And I actually have a video where I did a sales call audit with Rebel. If you are someone that needs help with your sales calls, definitely check out that video because we sat down and we audited his call. And what's funny, guys, is that video that we recorded, I believe we recorded around January 10th. And at that time, he had the meetings, but he didn't have any clients. And literally just a few days later, he closed 3 of those 10 meetings and generated 5K in total. So he's been in the program 36 days and he landed 3 clients at 5K. You have, again, Delegating right here, 7 more meetings booked in 2 weeks via LinkedIn outreach. Delegating again said, just signed my second customer, $500 per booked appointment, which is really awesome. Delegating again, killing it, 25 active leads in the pipeline, projected to hit 15K MRR by the end of February. Okay, and guys, this guy started his agency December 20th at 42 years old. Okay, so anything is possible if you have a right game plan, the right environment, and you have the work ethic to actually go out there and execute. And then this was just yesterday. He signed his 4th client, okay? 4th client since starting his agency. As you can see here, it said started December 20th. Under 6 weeks, he closed his 4th client. So that's just some case studies with the handful of students that I'm currently working with, along with, agency protocols, how we use these same exact protocols that I'm going to share with you in this video. So now that we've got the case studies out the way, let's actually go ahead and get into the meat of the strategy, okay, and the protocol that you're going to follow. So again, there are 3 things that you need to do to get this right. You have number 1 is your offer, and over here the objective is to solve for service market fit. Okay, you have to actually find the services that your niche actually needs. Okay, now part of your offer is being able to articulate it to the marketplace. So you can have the best offer, but if you don't know how to communicate that to the marketplace, then your chances of actually getting people to book a call with you, or better yet, become a client, significantly goes lower. Okay, so part of your offer is solving for service market fit and the ability to articulate it to the marketplace, whether that be in the form of videos like this, in the form of email, VSL, so on and so forth. Second thing is your service delivery. And over here is the ability to deliver great results for your clients. Okay, we'll dive deep into that one more. And the next thing is your acquisition systems. And this basically is the ability to book meetings consistently and predictably. Now let's go into each one in detail. So you have number one, the offer. And again, the objective here is to find service market fit. What you offer has to be something that the marketplace actually needs. It has to match your services. You have to match your services with the desires of the market. This is a great definition, but how do you find service market fit? Well, you're going to find this by number one, starting to do your research, okay, on your niche. And this includes identifying the top competitors in the space, reverse engineering what is working for them and what isn't. All right. So let's go ahead and let's use the example of you are an SMA owner that is working with local businesses, in this case, home improvement. So to do this, to find competitors and reverse engineer what they're doing, simply do a Google search for agency owners offering services to your particular ideal prospect, and pretty sure you're going to get a bunch of results. But I'm going to go ahead and just show you a couple of people who I know are killing it in this space. Okay, so these are two different agencies that work in the home improvement niche. Okay, so using this example, as you can see here, qualified sales appointments booked into your calendar for home improvement businesses. Really great headline. You got a short video here. 2021 alone, over 35 home improvement companies earned an extra 15 million in sales. This is really great. And guys, like I know this person is crushing it already, but what you want to do is you want to find people just like this, right? And you can see here, he has interviews with prospects who would be your ideal audience in this case. In this example, here's another person. As you can see here, where contractors come to finally get the results they need. So that's the first thing you'll do, okay? You are going to go ahead and do niche research. Okay, now what are you going to go ahead and research? What are the topics you're going to research? Well, you're going to go ahead and research a few of these, which, by the way, guys, this document is going to be linked down below because there's a few links that you might want to get access to. So this document will be linked in the description. So you don't need to take notes, but definitely watch this video. So the topics, a couple of things that you can research. Number one is what services are they offering? So if we take a look at this example right here, if we take a look at some of these examples, and we try to see what they're offering. Let's see. So here we have Facebook lead gen, instant contact. So this is probably CRM. Actually, sorry, this is an automation with emails and whatnot. This right here is a CRM. So you can get a general idea of what they're offering just by looking at their site, maybe even watching some of these videos, which they'll most likely tell you what they offer. Listening to these videos too, right? These videos, like if you find an interview of, let's say, like if in this example, he's interviewing his clients, this is very valuable because they are most likely going to talk about pain points they had and transformations that they now have, the good, the bad. So you'll get a lot of value from, believe it or not, watching videos like these to understand your ideal audience. Nonetheless, that's the first thing you'll do is you'll figure out what services they're offering. You want to figure out how much they charge. Sometimes you might find that out. Sometimes you probably won't. But yeah, you'll probably get a general idea of how much they charge. Next is what sub niches they work in. So home improvement, for example, is a niche, and then you want to find the sub niche. So if we, for example, take a look at this guy, we'll see here roofer, right? So he probably works with roofers. Honestly, he probably works with all types of niches, but nonetheless, you will do your research to figure out what sub niches are these guys working in. How are they acquiring clients, right? So how are these guys acquiring clients? Now, I know this guy, he uses YouTube, but I'm pretty sure they're probably running ads, they're probably doing email marketing, so on and so forth. You need to figure out how are people, agency owners in your niche acquiring clients, okay? And lastly is what are they doing to generate great results for their clients, okay? So part of the research, you want to figure out how are they actually generating them great results. So if we take a look back at this example right here with this interview, I'm pretty sure that these gentlemen right here told the person, forgot his name, but the gentleman in this video, I'm pretty sure they told him how they were able to generate them great results, right? Like they probably talked about the transformation, like, yeah, when we started working with you, we were over here, and now that we've worked with you, we're making this much, so on and so forth, as you can see here. See, they're offering a guarantee. So that's interesting to know. So this is how you're going to research the topics, guys, okay, on your competitors. So now that you've researched your competitors, okay, and you've identified at least 10 competitors, both local to your jurisdiction, but also worldwide, if you will, in first world countries. So now that you've researched your competitors, you need to go ahead and research the niche's core problems and how you can help them. Okay, so you identified the niche and the competitors. Now you got to figure out what are the problems that these people even have for me to approach them and ask them to pay me thousands of dollars. That's the next step. And you're going to do this by identifying all the problems and challenges your niche faces and your service and how your service can solve these challenges. This will help you in your messaging. It will help you on the sales calls, as well as any internal asset that you will have, which can benefit future or existing team members. So again, to reiterate, you're going to do this by identifying all the problems they're having, and then you're going to figure out how you can solve these problems. What services can I find to solve these problems? You see, most people usually do it the other way around. They're like, I'm going to offer Facebook ads to home improvement, right? Which Facebook ads work for home improvement, but the logic there is flawed. You want to first ask, like, what do home improvers need? How can I generate them more money? How can I generate them more leads? Based on that answer, you then figure out what services to offer. Okay, so that's a really important point, guys, that I see a lot of newbies, right, starting out. They choose the service they want to offer and then try to fit the niche rather than figuring out the actual problems that the people that they're trying to help have, and then figuring out a solution based on those problems. Okay, so this is exactly what you will do here. Okay, and by the end of this exercise, by the end of the time that you do this, you are going to go ahead and be able to craft your offer based on your findings. Okay, so you research the competitors, you researched your niche and the problems they have, and now you should know what sub niches to target based on your research. You should know what services you're going to offer your niche based on your research. You should know the cost of the services that you're going to offer. So what am I going to charge? And you should know the places where you're going to find a bunch of leads, which we're going to show you guys. There's many ways that you can get meetings. So in a nutshell, guys, this is the first thing you're going to do, okay, for your offer. And that concludes it. All right, that's the first thing. So we got 1 out of 3. Now the next thing is the service delivery, okay? So now that you have a great offer, which we are going to validate after you get market feedback, instead of spending months, if not years, learning how to do Facebook ads, you will put someone in place that will ensure great results, okay? And the objective here is to delegate, all right? So this is something that, again, I see a lot of folks that are starting out get wrong. Look, if your objective is to become a master at Facebook ads, by all means, run your own ads, and probably even don't even start an agency at that point. Go work for someone else running their ads. But if your objective is, I want to build an agency where I'm actually helping people and getting them great results, and in return, I'm making a ton of money, then you should follow this advice. Because if your objective is to make a lot of money and ensure great results, ask yourself, who is in the best place to actually do that? Is it you, someone who has very little knowledge on Facebook ads, or is it another person who's been doing this for 5 years and probably have spent millions and generated millions, right? So I think it really comes down to what your objective is, okay? And I see, again, unfortunately, a lot of people starting out that have the objective of helping people and making a ton of money, but instead they do the services themselves because they feel like they need to master it. So my advice, if it is the latter, your objective is to make a lot of money and help people, hire a media buyer. Do not do the service delivery yourself. Now, you should understand how the service delivery works, but you doing it yourself, you shouldn't be, because that is a full-time job within itself. And as you will see, most of your time should be spent on the sales and building operations, okay? And acquisition, depending on which route you go. But most of the people that we work with, we delegate their acquisition as well, with the exception of cold calling. Because as you will see, sales and operations is literally a full-time job within itself. So again, to go back to here, hire a media buyer. That way you can, 1, ensure great results, and then 2, delegate to free up your time so that you can focus on more important things. So based on the offer that you created, you're going to know who you need to hire. So the offer, let's say you're offering Facebook ads and go high level. So what you need to do is hire someone who understands Facebook ads or go high level. Now, most likely you can find someone that understands both in this example, but if you can't, then you would just hire 2 different people. So now the question becomes, great, this is great. I want to go ahead and hire. I want to make a lot of money and help a lot of people. How do I go ahead and hire? Well, that's exactly what we're going to go ahead and tell you. and show you. So how to hire your service delivery team. Now, most likely, the first hire that you will make will be a media buyer. If you're starting an agency, that will most likely be the first hire. So you need to go ahead and qualify them by asking them these questions, which I'll show you in a bit, and look for things such as the following. So this right here is a list of questions that I ask media buyers when looking to hire them. You can go ahead and click this link and use the same questions. You can add, you can remove, you can adjust however you would like. The main idea is that you're going to go ahead and ask a bunch of questions to qualify them. Now, I actually recorded a video, guys. I'll link it on the sheet as well as in the description, where you can go ahead and see a video in detail that talks about where to find these people, how to hire them, how to vet them, all that stuff. So I'll definitely link that below for you guys. But the things you're looking for are two, okay? Someone with experience in your niche or familiar, okay? What I mean here is they don't necessarily have to have ran ads in that niche or sub-niche. So for example, if someone's ran ads for dental or roofers, they don't necessarily have to have ran ads for solar, right? For you to know that they can deliver results. As long as they're familiar with how to run ads, I don't think the quote unquote sub niche is too much of an issue if they haven't worked on it. Nonetheless, if you have someone that has worked in it and has case studies for it, that's even better. The next thing is someone with great case studies, and you need this so that you can leverage it when doing outreach, and it'll also help you be convicted in what you're selling. So the idea or the other benefit of getting a media buyer is that one, they most likely will come with case studies. You can take those same case studies that when you're pitching prospects, if they ask you for any case studies, you can be like, here it is. Now, you're not lying, because the actual media buyer who generated these results is your media buyer, right? He's going to be the one that will be delivering the services for this client whom you're showing these case studies to. So I personally don't think there's anything wrong with it. As long as you're not saying that you generated those results, rather you're saying our team, then I think that makes sense. Or that's not bad, if you will. Again, people have their own opinions, but nonetheless, this right here is going to help you when doing outreach, because one, it'll be social proof, but two, it'll give you conviction, right, in yourself when you're actually pitching these prospects, knowing that you have a media buyer who's generated thousands or if not millions of dollars. So that is the second point. Now, depending on who you need to hire, there are several places to look for top talent. So depending on if you're looking for a media buyer, video editor, graphic designer, there's a few things. The first place, in my number one place, is onlinejobs.ph. Now, I know this is one of those places that gets gatekeeped. I don't know why people don't like to mention it a lot, I guess because more people know, less talent. But I'll be honest with you guys, onlinejobs.ph is one of the best places that I have found to hire freelancers and contractors. I personally think I've hired at least 50 people from onlinejobs.ph. So it's a really great place. And what I like about it is that it's specific to people in the Philippines. So if you are not Filipino, then you cannot sign up to onlinejobs.ph. In my experience, Filipinos have been some of the most hardworking people that I've worked with. They just want a good job where they're making good money and working from home. So onlinejobs.ph is definitely my go-to. Now, if you are looking for a media buyer, for example, Facebook groups is also another alternative. There's actually a handful of Facebook groups that have amazing talent, and most of these guys live in a third world country, which most likely means that you won't be paying as much as if you were someone who's a media buyer from, let's say, US or UK. So Facebook groups are really great. I actually had a list of all the Facebook groups. I don't have it right now, but I'll try to link it to this document by the time this video is uploaded. But nonetheless, you can just go to YouTube and search media buyer and filter by Facebook groups, or search Facebook ads, filter by Facebook groups, and then you'll see a bunch of groups. Just join and you'll find a bunch of people in there. Now that you know where to hire these people, what to look for when hiring them, you want to figure out how you're going to go ahead and compensate them. So for your media buyer, you don't need to come out of pocket until you actually land your client. So you don't have to pay them upfront until you actually land a client. If you guys obviously agree with that, which is when your media buyer will start working. That said, a ninja media buyer don't want to work with someone starting out or someone who isn't already established. Therefore, you need to make sure that you show them that you are actually serious about building your agency. So imagine this, you have a great media buyer. Why should he choose to work with you starting out versus someone who's more established? They have no reason to. You have to give them that reason, which is, yes, I'm just starting out, but I am certain that I will succeed, okay? This way, they can actually want to work with you, because to be honest with you, why would they work with someone new when they can work with someone who's already well established and most likely will pay them more? Now, how much do you pay them? Well, in my personal experience and my advice would be to do per ad account, because especially if you're starting out, because let's say, it doesn't make sense to pay someone $2,000 if they're managing one ad account and you're only charging your clients $1,500. So I recommend one ad account, paying per ad account, and a media buyer, depending on your niche and the level of experience the media buyer has, it's going to be anywhere between $300 to $800 per ad account. So that's usually the sweet spot. Now, depending on your media buyer, they can probably handle anywhere between 7 to 15 ad accounts. But again, it really depends on the niche and the actual media buyer. So within 7 days of finding and onboarding your media buyer, you will work one-on-one to do the following. So now you know how much you charge them. Once you onboard them, 7 days within onboarding them, you need to have your business account set up and connected. You need to have your website created with case studies that is going to be provided by the media buyer. And you need clarity and conviction on what you're selling now that you have a team. So 3 things to unpack here. First, anything you need to set up with your business accounts, get that set up. Business ad manager, add your media buyer, so on and so forth. Add them to Slack to, give them the business email, whatever you need to do to set the media buyer up, go ahead and do that. The next thing you'll need to do is you'll take those same exact case studies and you'll go ahead and put them on your site, right? So you go ahead and create your site at this point. And as you can see here, guys, most of you guys create your site at the beginning. Like, we're creating our site after we got a media buyer. Why? Because I'm telling you, you don't need a site starting out. Rebel, actually, who closed 3 clients already, just 3 weeks in running his agency, doesn't have a website. And the client actually told him on the call, they're like, couldn't find anything about you guys. You just said it's still under construction. Now, should you have a site? Yes, this is what I'm telling you right here. When you should do it is not at the very beginning. Do you need it? You really don't when you're starting out. Because at the end of the day, people care about the results that you can generate them rather than a fancy website. Okay. Now, all of that is to say you should still get the website done. You should get the case studies from your media buyer and go ahead and craft a very simple site. In the case that when you're reaching out to people, they go ahead and look you up and they can see your website. I would also recommend having a VSL on there that explains your services, but that's a whole different story for another day. And next thing, like I said, is going to give you clarity and conviction in what you're selling. Okay. Imagine you have a team member who can deliver great results. You probably are going to feel convicted, right? Or you're going to have clarity, right? You're going to have clarity. You're going to be like, yes, I know I can deliver results because I'm not doing the service delivery right myself as someone who's a complete newbie. Rather, I have a team that's doing it. So now you have an amazing offer. Please try again. Sorry, this series is freaking stupid. Okay, sorry about that. All right, so now that you have an amazing offer, all right, you have a ninja service delivery team. The last thing you need now is to take this offer to the marketplace and start talking with people, which takes us to the final step. So you got an amazing offer, you got a team to deliver on the services, and now you need to go ahead and take it to the marketplace and start talking to people. So that leads us to step 3, which is the client acquisition. So at this point, again, you have a great offer. You have, and you feel confident going to the marketplace with. You have a service delivery team ready to ensure that you get your clients great results. Now you need to take your offer to the marketplace, find people to sell it. I think this is the same thing I put right here. My apologies. So what are these channels, guys? Let's have a look, okay? This is the final part. Let's have a look. You got client acquisitions channels. So if you're in local, let's use the example of home improvement. Yes, definitely do cold calling. I recommend you do 50 a day, 100 if you're a superstar, okay? And again, this works good with local businesses. Definitely do it if you are in home improvement. Email outreach. For the example, home improvement, yes, email outreach works for home improvement. Now, does it work as effective as ads? Probably not. But definitely you should do email outreach. This works for most niches, guys. With email outreach, you should do a minimum anywhere between $500 to $1,500 a day, which, by the way, guys, everything that you see here, all these systems, all this advice, all of this, you could have it as part of agency protocols, where we will help you build all of this within 2 to 3 weeks. We're not going to do it for you because then you're never going to learn. We're going to do it with you. That way you are learning and you're getting instant feedback right on the spot. But nevertheless, if you decide to do this yourself, you have all the sauce here. So hopefully you're benefiting from this. If you're doing email, as I said, $500 a day to $1,500 a day. And this works with most niches. The next client acquisition channel is LinkedIn. So I think depending on how new your account is, you can do anywhere between 10 to 50 connection requests a day. This works if your prospect is a professional like a lawyer or a CEO. So I think, for example, the home improvement, that might not be the best place to get leads on LinkedIn. Again, could be wrong, but LinkedIn is more so for, let's say, if you're in the law niche, or even e-commerce, right? Well-established brands. Anyone who's like a professional, if you will be on there. Facebook and Instagram DMs, this definitely can work too. Here you can do a minimum of 50 a day is usually what Facebook or Instagram will allow you. And this works. It could work if you're working with local businesses. It could definitely work with e-com as well. It can work with personal brands. It'll work with people that actually, check their social media a lot, their Instagram, if you will. And lastly is communities. And this is underrated, guys. Okay. Communities is it's a really great way to, if you find a community with your ideal audience, it's an amazing way to prospect because you have a sea or a pond or an ocean full of your ideal audience, and you just got to go there and prospect. Now, this is limited to the platform and how much you can do, but in terms of where does it work, it works for any niche, really any niche where your customers are part of a community. So if you are, let's say you're an e-com, right? There are groups, there are communities for e-com owners. So if you're an agency owner that is looking for e-com brands, that would be a community to be in because everyone there is your ideal prospect. So yeah, I think communities is definitely something that is underrated. Also paid communities, guys, right? I never really thought about paid communities like this, and I think that's actually really smart. So that definitely does work, especially with paid, because most of the people that paid money to be part of a community, you're gonna find they take it more serious than, let's say, a free community. So do not sleep on this, guys. But the idea here with this one is that you don't want to just go and just pitch people. You genuinely want to provide value. This is why we were successful in school doing it this way, because we actually provided value to the point where the prospect was just like, you know what, dude, let's just work together because I can't do this myself. Or, you know what, let's do this. Let's work together because working with you is going to get me there faster. So highly recommend communities, guys. I think it's something that is not many people are taking advantage of, or if they are, they're not doing it properly. If you guys want me to show you a recorded video on how we close these clients using school, let me know. I'm more than happy to do so. Literally all of those 9 clients, 8 of them came from school. 1 of them was outside of school. So regardless of which one or more of these acquisition strategies you use, you're going to delegate this to a growth team. Personally, I think the only form of outreach you should do yourself is cold calling. So definitely delegate this to a team that can actually do this. That way, that's their main focus, and you can focus more so on cold calling and then sales as well. Just like you hire a media buyer to believe and ensure great results, you will do the same with the acquisition system. So again, you hired a media buyer, that gave you relief. He can deliver on the services. You can do the same thing with your client acquisition channels. That way, you have a team delivering on these services for you, or doing this acquisition for you while you focus on the actual sales calls themselves. This will allow you again to focus on sales calls and operations. Now, you're probably like, okay, great. Well, now that I have this set up, what happens next? So 2-3 weeks later, this is what your day-to-day tasks should look like. So now you have 1, the offer, you got 2, the service delivery, and you got 3, the acquisition systems built. You're probably thinking, what am I going to do? Okay, and the answer is sales and operations. And I'm telling you guys, this is alone is a full-time job within itself. Okay, this is what you're going to focus on. So for sales, you're going to go ahead and follow a sales framework designed to have a likelihood of converting prospects to clients. And I'm going to link a video here. Go ahead and watch this video. This is an audit that I did with one of our students, which I think will give you great insights as to, first, seeing another person take an actual live sales call, and then 2, see someone correct them and show them what they're doing right and what they're doing wrong. So I'll have this video linked here. I highly recommend you guys watch it. It will also be linked in the description. That is for sales. For operations, you will stay on top of both your service delivery and your growth team. The objective is to ensure that they are doing their work, but also it's to learn what they are doing on a day-to-day basis. So that over a period of 1 to 2 months, you have a good understanding of how both the service delivery and the client acquisition systems run. Okay, so that was a mouthful. Let's go ahead and kind of break that down. With the operations, your job is to do 2 things. Number 1 is to make sure that everyone is doing their job. Number 2 is to actually learn from these people so that you, within hopefully 1 to 2 months, you have a really clear understanding of 1, how you actually are acquiring clients, but 2, how you actually are delivering results. This will help you because the better you know this, the better you'll be able to articulate yourself to your prospects, but also to your clients. Okay, so that is that for operations. And with that said, ladies and gentlemen, that is the whole training. I hope you guys found this video valuable. I promise you guys, if you go ahead and take action on this and move fast, that within a month you can get this thing set up. Honestly, you can do it within 2-3 weeks, but I'll just go ahead and say a month. We had one student who we were able to have him set everything up in, I think it was about 10 days. Nonetheless, hope you found value in this video. And if you are an agency owner that's like, man, this is really great, I like this video, I like the help, but I want to work one-on-one with you where you're helping me do it, then there's going to be a link down below for you to get on a call with me and see if our mentorship program is the right fit for you. This is going to be a call where I'm going to go ahead and dive deep into the program, explain it to you in more detail, and get to know your business, right? And first see if we can actually help you. Most likely we can. The only thing you need is the actual determination and the work ethic. So I think if you have that and you would like to work one-on-one with me where I'm not doing this for you, rather I'm doing it with you and teaching you how to do this so that you will know for the rest of your career, then schedule a call. There's going to be a link down below. And for everyone else, hope you found value in this video, and hopefully I will see you in the next one.